Okay, am I on? Can you hear me? Yay. Okay. All right. So recently, I had the opportunity to take part in a virtual women's retreat for creativity. Now, even though the in-person portion of this retreat was held in Michigan, I was able to participate from the comfort of my home. I got to attend yoga and foraging workshops, and I got to take part in an interactive creativity workshop that was led by one of my favorite podcasters. I even got to talk to her personally. The fact that I didn't have the ability to just leave all of my responsibilities for the weekend and fly off to Michigan didn't stop me from getting to participate meaningfully in a really amazing experience. Wow, I thought, technology is the best thing to ever happen to us as a society. Okay, so then a few weeks ago, I was grading midterm papers written by the students in my online introduction to film class. So I teach at FLC, and some of my classes are in person, some are online. This particular class is entirely online. So as I graded paper after paper, I began to have this sneaking suspicion that something wasn't quite right with some of the papers. My suspicions were confirmed when I came across a paper that explained a pivotal scene from the movie Parasite. Seen Parasite? Yeah, okay. So, unfortunately for this particular student, the scene that they described did not actually appear in the movie Parasite. Did not exist. So it was actually what we are now referring to as a hallucination that was created by the AI that's known as ChatGPT. So if you haven't heard of ChatGPT, it's a form of artificial intelligence that is available to anyone online. You can go on there right now, you can sign up, you got access to it. All you have to do is you type a prompt into it, such as, describe the most pivotal scene from the movie Parasite, and explain what camera techniques were used in the filming of this scene. Then, ChatGPT can give you a college-level answer with perfect grammar, spelling, and sentence structure. However, it works by using something called predictive text. So it predicts the most likely word to come next in a sentence, and that's just based on everything that exists out there on the internet. Now, because of the way that it works with this predictive text, it has the ability to just sometimes make things up. It can also cite sources if you ask it to. But sometimes those sources also do not exist. So this is one tell that ChatGPT might be behind a student answer. Students sometimes don't get things right, but they rarely make things up out of thin air. Of course, as a professor, you're only likely to catch the use of ChatGPT if something's wrong with it. Otherwise, it's probably slipping right past me. So it slowly dawned on me as I was sitting at my kitchen table at my laptop. I was devoting precious hours of my life grading a computer's work. And I will be honest with you, it caused a little bit of an existential crisis. Made me question my life choices a little bit. I mean, what is the point of being a teacher who grades work that was written by a computer? Seriously, what's the point? I might as well just go bake some muffins, right? I mean, yeah, I can get ChatGPT to bake me some muffins. It'll give me a recipe, for sure. Wow, I thought, technology is the worst thing to ever happen to us as a society. But ultimately, I think both things are right. I think that technology, when it is used to build connections and bridges between people, is amazing. But when it's used as a barrier between humans, it's pretty awful. Okay, so why am I talking about this here in church? You all wanted to learn about ChatGPT, but there's a reason. So I truly see this as a spiritual and a moral issue. First of all, personally, I believe that life is a beautiful gift that was given to us by God. God gives us just one life, and we get to use it in whatever way we want up to a point. We can choose to spend some of our time composing beautiful music, sewing quilts, baking, serving others, writing poems, even contributing academic theories that inspire people to create change in the world. Or we can choose to watch TV, play video games, and let ChatGPT compose our college essays, ensuring that we never learn to express ourselves, and that the only ideas put forward are ones that already exist somewhere out there on the internet. As it says in Ecclesiastes, that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun. And so when nothing new is being created, I just want to ask, which voices are being raised up? Well, it's going to be the voices of those people that have been raised up before, and that's usually going to be the voices of white men, right? So, when we're adding nothing, we're just getting a repeat of what's already out there. Now again, I want to stress that I think technology can be used for incredible purposes. During COVID, many people were able to talk to their loved ones who were in the hospital using Zoom. Technology gave them the chance to say goodbye to beloved family members. And here at Parkside, people who live far away or are sick or have conflicting work schedules, for instance, they are able to watch our church services online. And they're able to get access to a whole church community that they might not otherwise have access to. When I had my first baby, I was the only one of my friends to have had kids yet. I found a whole community of women online who were also new moms. We were able to check in with each other, and we could find out what everyone else was doing about common early parenthood concerns like sleep, diapers, and nursing. We're still actually in touch with each other 11 years later. Now we're more like checking in about puberty, but so there's still things that we can check in with each other about. All of these things, these are great uses of technology. Every single one of those examples is a way for us to connect with other people using technology. God gave us a world that includes other people. And I see God as essentially the spirit of love in the universe, the glue that connects the web of living things. I believe that our relationships with other people, with nature, and with animals are sacred. When we connect with others, we show love. We worship God. As the reading said today, let us love one another, for love comes from God. Everyone who loves has been born of God and knows God. So I believe that when we can use technology to make connections with others and to show our love, that we are glorifying God. But alternatively, when we use technology as a means of severing our connection to the world, I think that we are not using our life to its best purpose. Now, there's obviously nothing wrong with watching some TV, playing some video games, scrolling on social media for a little while. I certainly do all of those things. I'm sure everyone here does too. That's fine. But I think that when we use technology to check up on what our friends are up to instead of calling them and having a real conversation, when we use AI technology to make a poster for us instead of employing an artist, when we watch a nature documentary instead of taking a walk outside, when we look at cute dog videos instead of adopting a dog from the shelter, when we use technology to write a paper for us instead of expressing our own thoughts, I think that we're really injuring ourselves. We are severing the beautiful connections to the web of life that God gave us. And really, we're just wasting moments of our life, of our one life. And I think that, those moments add up. They add up to hours and weeks and months and years. And I hope that when I look back over my life, that I spent more time playing with my daughters than I spent scrolling Facebook. I hope I spent more time talking with my husband than I spent reading BuzzFeed articles. I hope I spent more time reading books than watching TikTok. I hope I spent more time creating art than watching YouTube. I hope I spent more time praying than I spent arguing with people in the comment sections of inflammatory political articles. As the poet Mary Oliver said, "Doesn't everything die at last and too soon? Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life?" Thank you.